There's a quiet misunderstanding happening in millions of homes right now. A person begins turning the television louder. They ask people to repeat themselves more often.
I said the doctor called, your test came back normal.
Conversations at restaurants become harder to follow.
I can't hear you over
and
this
almost
noise.
immediately,
Please say it
the
again.
mind jumps to one conclusion.
Get out now.
I probably need a
Out of
hearing
where?
aid.
Speak up.
But what
Leave
if
the
that is
city.
only one part of the story? What if the real mistake is believing that hearing is only about volume? Because hearing is not just sound entering the ear. It is a complex chain of signals moving through delicate structures, nerves, blood flow, the brain, and even the stress system. And when people confuse hearing aids with ear support, they may miss the deeper question hiding underneath the symptoms. A hearing aid is designed to amplify sound. It can make certain sounds louder and help many people communicate more clearly, especially when hearing loss
I think
has
I
already
understand
been
now.
identified.
It's much clearer.
For many people, that can be
Yes,
important.
that's right.
But ear support is a different conversation. Ear support
I need to tell you
is about
something.
the internal environment
Go on,
that
go
helps
on.
the ear,
I think I saw
the
him.
auditory system, and the brain function as well as possible. It is about circulation, oxidative stress, nervous system balance, mental clarity, and the daily pressures that can slowly wear down auditory wellness over time. And this is where most people get it wrong. They wait until the problem becomes loud enough to interrupt their life. They ignore the early signs. They blame age, they blame background noise, they blame other people for mumbling, but they rarely ask what their ears and brain have been trying to tell them for years. Think about the modern world for a moment. We live inside constant sound, traffic, phones, headphones, alerts, television, machinery, crowded rooms, stressful conversation, poor sleep, emotional pressure. Noise has become so normal that silence almost feels unusual, and the auditory system was never designed to be overloaded every hour of the day. Over time,
can't quite hear
many
what they're
people begin to
saying.
notice subtle changes, not always
Something
dramatic
feels
hearing
off.
loss. Sometimes it begins as sound fatigue, a sense that conversations require
I'm sorry, I
more
couldn't
effort.
hear you.
A feeling
Could you
that the
repeat
brain
that?
is working harder to separate voices from noise. A strange pressure in the ears, occasional ringing, mental tiredness after social situations, and because these signs come slowly, they are easy to dismiss. By the way, tell me in the comments where you're watching from, and if you've ever seen someone close to you deal with this kind of hearing frustration. I'd really like to hear your story. The common mistake is thinking that the only question is, do I need something to make sounds louder? But the better question may be, why does my hearing system feel strained in the first place? Because your ears do not work alone. Inside the inner ear are tiny sensory structures that depend on healthy cellular function. The auditory nerve carries signals toward the brain. The brain then has to interpret those signals, organize them, filter background noise, and give meaning to what you hear. That means hearing clarity is not just mechanical, it is neurological. This is why two people can hear the same sound but experience it differently. One person may follow
We
the
talked about this
conversation
last week, don't you
easily.
remember?
Another may hear the words but struggle
seemed
to
fine then.
process them clearly.
We-
The sound may be present, but the clarity feels missing, and this is where the hidden truth begins to appear. A hearing aid may help amplify sound, but amplification is not the same as supporting the entire auditory environment. If the nervous system is overloaded, if stress is constant, if circulation is not ideal, if oxidative stress is building silently, if the brain is tired from years of filtering noise, then simply making sound louder may not answer every concern. This does not mean hearing aids
This is the
are
latest
bad.
model. It's
Far from it.
incredibly
For many
discreet
people,
and
hearing aids
powerful.
are useful tools.
And this
They
will
can
really make
support
a difference?
communication, social connection, and quality of life when properly selected and fitted. But the mistake is treating them as the entire conversation, because the ears are connected to the body, the same body that experiences stress, the same body that ages, the same body that depends on nutrients, oxygen, rest, circulation, and nerve communication, the same body that can feel the effects of chronic overload long before a person takes action. And this is especially important after 50. Many
I'm
people
telling you,
begin
it was the
noticing
best
that
trip
hearing
I've taken in
quiet
years.
places
I'm sorry,
feels
say that
manageable.
again? The
But
noise?
hearing in
It was
noisy
amazing. You had to
places
be there.
becomes exhausting.
Yes, amazing.
They may hear someone talking, but the words blur together. They may become quieter in social settings, not because they want to withdraw, but because listening has become work. That emotional cost is real. People stop asking questions because they feel embarrassed. They laugh at moments they did not fully understand. They avoid busy restaurants. They feel older than they are. And slowly, hearing frustration becomes social frustration. But here's where it gets interesting. Supporting ear wellness is not about replacing professional care. It is about being proactive before neglect becomes the default. It means paying attention to noise exposure, giving the auditory system breaks, protecting your ears from constant loud sound, managing stress, supporting healthy circulation, supporting the nervous system, and giving the body the nutritional environment it needs for healthy aging. That is the difference between reacting and supporting. Reacting means waiting until the problem controls your choices. Supporting means asking what your ears and brain need before the signs become impossible to ignore. This is also why some people explored natural ear support formulas as part of a broader wellness routine. Not as a cure, not as a replacement for a hearing test, not as a promise that it will reverse hearing loss, but as a practical support option for people who want to support hearing clarity, ear wellness, cognitive focus, mental calmness, and nervous system health as they age. The natural hearing support option mentioned in this video was designed around
staying active helps me feel balanced, grounded.
From a wellness
it's about consistency,
rather than pretending
not just
that
intensity.
Hearing is only about volume. If you want to learn more about it, you can check the link in the pinned first comment below this video. But remember this, the real breakthrough is not choosing between hearing aids and ear support as if they are enemies. The real breakthrough is understanding that they serve different purposes. A hearing aid may help amplify sound when hearing loss is present. Ear support focuses on the broader internal environment that helps the auditory system stay supported. One is about sound assistance. The other is about daily wellness support. And for many people, the biggest mistake is waiting too long to care. They wait until conversations become frustrating. They wait until family members notice. They wait until silence becomes uncomfortable or noise becomes overwhelming. But the earlier you pay attention, the more intentional your choices can become. So if you have been noticing changes, do not ignore them. Get your hearing checked when needed. Protect your ears from loud noise. Reduce unnecessary stress. Prioritize sleep. Support your circulation. And treat your hearing system
I told you
as
it wasn't
part of
a
your
dog.
whole body.
It definitely wasn't a dog.
Isolated machine. Because
you said it was a
hearing
dog.
is not
That's
only
why I
about
looked.
the ears, it is about connection, memory, confidence,
I was
presence,
so worried
focus,
I wouldn't feel the
safety,
same.
emotion,
I know.
and
I understand.
the quiet
It's
ability
okay.
to stay engaged
You're right
with
here.
the people and moments that matter most. Most people get it wrong because they ask, how can I make sound louder? But the better question is, how can I support the system that helps me hear clearly? And once you understand that difference, you never look at hearing health the same way again.